Tentacle Sync's timecode products will revolutionise your video production workflow. Action. Now, you and I have all seen far too many videos promising that some piece of filmmaking equipment will change your life, but nothing's had a bigger impact on our production workflow than Tentacle's timecode generators and audio recorders. We'd wanted to invest in the timecode system for many years, but had always put it off prioritising other equipment. Our current timecode setup now was only just over £1,000, and we genuinely can't believe we waited this long. We wish we'd done it much sooner.
Failure!
If you're unfamiliar, timecode is essentially a way to tell your camera at what time of day each individual clip was recorded. And this means that if you run a universal timecode across multiple cameras or audio recorders, you can bring all that media into post-production and sync it up with a few clicks rather than having to do the whole process manually. And what's incredible about Tentacle Sync's range of timecode products is that they allow you to run timecode on cameras that don't have that feature internally. So if you're using any camera with a 3.5mm audio jack, you can now put timecode into it. For cameras like this, the Tentacle Sync generators feed a special audio track into your camera that sounds a bit like this. It goes into one of the stereo tracks on your camera, leaving the other one free for a scratch track. You can then bring this footage into Tentacle software, it reads it all and syncs it up. Timecode is most needed and most useful when you're shooting multi-camera productions, and if you're shooting multi-cam without timecode, there are two main problems that you're going to encounter. Firstly, on this action sports competition, we ran 5 different cameras, which we then had to manually sync later. To minimise the amount of manual syncs we had to do in the edit, we shot 30-minute long clips, and the problem with this is that you'll end up with a lot of dead time on the camera, which then slows down your post-production process, as you have to wait for hundreds of extra gigabytes to transfer, which was a real issue for us when we needed to turn around daily highlight edits on the same day that we were shooting. The second option is to just shoot short clips instead, and this saves you the problem of having to transfer across all those big files for long takes, but gives you an additional problem then you have to individually sync up lots of these small individual clips in post. For recent sports documentaries, we were losing lots of days of edit time just matching up these individual clips across 2 or 3 cameras for a whole sports match. Tentacle Sync timecode generators and Tracky audio recorders have solved both these problems for us and vastly speeded up our post-production workflow. You can sync up and control Tentacle's timecode generators and audio recorders using their fantastic Bluetooth app. And a point to note here is to make sure you turn on and sync up all your generators and audio recorders before taking the first shot of the day. The sync and Trackies are said to last for up to 30 hours, so they'll easily last a day of filming, so you can leave them on all day. And if you try to sync up when certain devices might be out of range, you can end up recording slightly different timecodes, which will then be out of sync in your edit. You can check out our video on Tentacle's Tracky audio recorders here, and why they're such a groundbreaking and special piece of equipment. Once you start using timecode, you'll wonder how you ever live without it. Even now, we're recording this simple piece of camera using timecode for the ease it brings in post-production. For fast turnaround multi-camera productions, timecode is an absolute essential, but even for more simple productions, it can be a really useful tool to have as well. Tentacle have done something really amazing and given filmmakers like ourselves a huge gift, allowing us to bring the professionalism of timecode into our productions in a system that's incredibly affordable and also easy to use in production and edit.
Okay, camera cut. Sound cut.